Twitter is a very, very crazy place where up can seem down sometimes and down can seem up. And left and right just aren't right, if you know what I mean. And that's exactly how I felt, as confused as ever, when I heard hashtag thankyourianjohnson. Bullshit. Alright guys, so as you could probably tell, I am not a hashtag thank you Ryan Johnson guy. If I'm going to hashtag thank you Ryan Johnson for anything, or is it Ryan or Rianne? Rianne sounds more like it because he sounds like one of those, you know. And insert comment. Oh man, I had a great holiday. And so I'm just having fun now. This is just fucking hilarious to me. Thank you, Ryan Johnson is now trending on Twitter as fans show love for Star Wars Last Jedi. As we read these, my good people, I believe you will either crap your pants with laughter or soak your shirt with tears as you read what some of these things are. After the release of Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, the mixed reaction from critics and audience members, people are once again bringing up the debate on the controversial Star Wars The Last Jedi and its director Ryan Johnson. Here's the key thing right there, and I'm just going to get it right out of the way right from the very beginning. The reason why people are so divided about The Rise of Skywalker is because The Rise of Skywalker had to do so much to try to fix the bullshit that was The Last Jedi. Either they were going to completely shove a nail in the coffin of Star Wars with this movie, with The Rise of Skywalker, or they were going to try their best to win back their fans. Unfortunately, I think they fell short at the very end of the movie. The rest of that movie felt really good. It felt like a funny adventure, and I was actually even starting to root for Rey in that movie. It did exactly what it was supposed to do until the very end. And I have a theory for the very end. I don't think that was the ending that should have played out the way that it did. It was a rushed ending, and I think it was actually made to appease those Last Jedi fans. But anywho, let's take a look right here. The last entry in the sequel trilogy was Pam, a many critics who thought the movie was uninspired and convoluted. Critics don't matter, so who gives a shit? And yet, a lot of fans are enjoying the fact that it went directly against everything that Johnson set up in Episode 8. Here's the problem. It did not go against anything that Johnson set up in Episode 8 because Johnson didn't set up anything in Episode 8. If you actually look at the ending of Episode 8, the movie, the whole entire franchise could have stopped right there and it would not have mattered whatsoever. Ryan Johnson had no respect for the fact that there was another movie in this trilogy, and they had to bring back Palpatine from the dead because of what Ryan Johnson did. So here we go. Blah 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 blah. I want to skip all this talk here and go straight to the dumb shit that you hear. Geek Girl 100% hashtag The Witcher Stan account diva. What? Hashtag thank you Ryan Johnson for giving me a Luke Skywalker who's been through some shit. Again, I'm going to say this right here. You're going to either laugh and shit your pants or you're going to cry when you read this shit. Being a hero isn't easy, and carrying the weight of the future is hard for anyone. Here's the problem. Ryan Johnson did not give us a Luke Skywalker that's been through some shit. He gave us a Luke Skywalker that was the shits. That was the problem. Luke loses his ways and finds his way back, except he doesn't. He doesn't find his way back. He dies. And he dies after doing pretty much basically nothing. He doesn't even fight Kylo Ren. He distracts him while the other people get away. Everything that could have been a hero moment for either Finn, for Luke, for Poe, even Carrie Fisher, Leia could have done something. I could have had a hero moment. It was completely shitted on. And it tried to bring this point like, we don't need heroes. We don't need people to go out of their way and to try to do extraordinary things. We need people who can sweep. Thank you, Ryan, for giving me this Tico Sisters, Porgs, and a Star Wars story I love so much. He gave you the Tico Sisters? She died within 3 minutes. And she died in the stupidest, for the stupidest reason. It was the slowest moving ship ever. Okay? And I know it's based on World War II bombers. Guess what? If there were surface-to-air missiles in World War II, you wouldn't have had those fucking bombers, you dumbass, because they were too fucking slow. And when you have a situation where you have fighter planes that are going, I don't know how fast, are capable of jumping into light speed with weaponry on it that could completely decimate another ship with one shot, which you've seen it done. And yet you still have these slow-ass bombers. That was for a different time. But he was stupid. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. Porgs, nobody gave a shit about Porgs. And a Star Wars story I love so much. Okay, you're free to love a dumb story. While people are sharing, thank you. So, thank you, Ryan Johnson, for bringing a story into my life that saved me from a deep and dark depression. I'm not even going to touch this one. Just not. Because I don't want to talk about somebody who's been in some sort of depression and shit like that. And people do the weirdest shit. You know, and whatever gets you out of your depression gets you out of the depression. You know what I mean? Fucking more power to you. I'm skipping that one. Hashtag, thank you, Ryan Johnson, for telling a story that resonated with women, for empowering us through Rey. Actually, what he did with that, I don't know many women that actually care about Rey as a character. I think a lot of them find her to be a little OP. And that was one of the things in the Rise of Skywalker that was sort of getting to me, that she was kind of developing these powers out of nowhere, like the Force heal and everything like that. But I also saw her sort of losing for a little bit. I was actually, like, wait a minute, she is struggling with something here. And so, I started to a little empathize with her a little bit in the Rise of Skywalker. Okay? What I didn't do in The Last Jedi, there was nothing to empathize with her. She was completely OP. Nothing that happened. Everybody that met her, the instant that they met her, either wanted to help her or just thought she was the bee's knees. It was ridiculous. The Last Jedi did nothing for her character. It made it worse. It made her character worse. And again, The Rise of Skywalker had to come in and actually fix that, or attempt to fix that, because she was so OP. It didn't empower women. Because at the end of the day, come on, 99.999% of women out there don't have force powers. So, what are you can't be Rey. So, what? Thank you, Ryan Johnson, for including Carrie Fisher in your writing on The Last Jedi, for always placing women front and center in every single group shot frame in the Star Wars movie, for understanding our needs and caring. He didn't have a choice. And I believe if he did have a choice, he would put Holdo in front of Carrie Fisher all day long, because that's a character that he created and what he envisions a woman to be. So I don't think you should be hashtag thanking Ryan Johnson for anything. For anything, he set women back. Hashtag thank you, Ryan, for an incredible Paige Tico sequence. That was skip. Hashtag thank you, Ryan Johnson, for caring about the myth of Star Wars. Yeah, that guy's that's ironic. Like, he's kidding. Thank you. I wonder if Caitlin's a little biased. She's got a picture with the dude. I thank you for giving us a film that challenges us to think differently and creatively about Star Wars and ourselves. Proud to be your fan. Actually, I'm not going to say anything about Caitlin either, because it's so completely outrageous and dumb that it does not warrant a response. Okay, The Last Jedi was the last film I shared with my grandfather. He lived far away from most of my... you know what? It's a fucking movie, dude. I hate these, right? I mean, no offense to, this person who reconnected with her grandfather for, love of Star Wars, but fuck, dude. Really? For showing me no one is ever really gone? Jesus Christ. How the tables have turned. Oh my God, she's so right. Let's see how many we have here. We have 1, 2, 3. That's the same one. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 people on Twitter set the Twitterverse on fire. Oh my God. And look, the tables have turned. We now love The Last Jedi. Fuck you. The Last Jedi will go down as the movie that destroyed Star Wars. And Rian Johnson, doesn't matter how many movies he makes for the rest of his life, he will be known as the guy who killed the Star Wars film franchise. Rian Johnson killed Star Wars with one movie. One movie. George Lucas couldn't do it with 3, right? This is The Last Jedi, single-handedly the worst Star Wars movie, hands down, on most anyone's list. And the people that say that they love The Last Jedi are not Star Wars fans. They're social justice fans. They're SJW fans. That's what they are. They never bought the toys. They never... I mean, this woman who says, thank you for giving me Rose Tico. How many fucking Rose Tico toys do you think that she has? Huh? How many do you think that she has? I bet you this guy, that lady who says, "Oh well, I thank you for the great story." I bet you she watched it maybe one time in the theater, and she sure as hell did not buy the DVD or Blu-ray. She watches it on Netflix, right? Sure, she does. These people are full of shit. They're not Star Wars fans. They're SJW fans, and they cling on to that. On this channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for everything that you guys have been doing. I've been having a really fun time doing this. And I want to continue to do this more. Hopefully we can move past Star Wars already. I've done like 7 Star Wars videos in a row. I'm getting kind of annoyed with it. Hint on what my next video could be about right there. Hint.